In 2010, a completely ordinary man walked into an ordinary job, drove an ordinary car, ate lunch alone in a parking lot every single day. Nobody noticed him. Nobody watched him. Nobody knew what he was doing. By the time you are watching this, he already has $1 million, and nobody can still explain how. His name is Marcus, and this is that story. Columbus, Ohio, 2010. Marcus is 24 years old, and he is sitting in his car eating a sandwich he packed from home. He packed it because 6 months ago he did the math on the $14 lunch places nearby. Added up what $14 a day becomes across a year. The number was $3,500. That calculation permanently changed how Marcus looks at menus, how he looks at a lot of things actually. Because when you are living on the edge of your own income, math stops being academic. It becomes personal. Marcus works in accounts payable for a mid-sized logistics company. If you don't know what accounts payable means, that is exactly the point. It is the kind of job title that was never meant to sound exciting. His salary is $52,000 a year, after taxes, after health insurance, after the 401k contribution. He's set to 6% because his onboarding packet said that was enough to get the full company match. Marcus takes home $2,940 a month. Rent, $1,100. Car payment, $310. Student loans, $280. Groceries, utilities, phone, the gym he goes to twice a week, the streaming services he keeps meaning to cancel. When the math is done, and Marcus has done this math more times than he wants to admit, he has somewhere between $400 and $600 left at the end of every month. For $100, he stares at that number the way you stare at something that should mean more than it does. Because here is what $400 feels like when you are 24 and doing everything right. It doesn't feel like potential. It doesn't feel like the beginning of a journey. It feels like the universe sending you a quiet message that you can work hard, live responsibly, sacrifice the $14 lunch, and the reward for all of it is still just $400. Marcus has a co-worker named Darnell. Darnell is 31. He drives a car that looks exactly like everyone else's car. He wears clothes that look exactly like everyone else's clothes. He brings his lunch in the same kind of container Marcus brings his. Nothing about Darnell signals anything. One afternoon, a Tuesday, the kind of Tuesday that feels indistinguishable from every other Tuesday, Darnell mentioned something. Casually, the way you mention traffic or the weather. He says he just crossed $400,000 in his brokerage account. Marcus stops walking. He actually stops mid-hallway because his brain needs a full second to process what his ears just received. For $100,000, Darnell, same company, same salary band, adjusted for his extra years, no inheritance, no side business, no lucky investment that happened to land at the right time, just $400,000. Marcus looks at this man, this unremarkable, bring your lunch in a container, drive the same car as everyone else man, and he asks the only question that matters in this moment. How? Darnell goes quiet. Not the quiet of someone searching for an answer. The quiet of someone who knows the answer is simpler than the question deserves. Then he says it. For words, I never spend the raises. That's it. No formula, no strategy session, no complicated system requiring spreadsheets and subscriptions and a financial advisor on speed dial. For words, delivered in a hallway, on a Tuesday, like it was nothing. Marcus spends the rest of that afternoon at his desk, pretending to process invoices, but really he is doing something else entirely. He is sitting with those 4 words, turning them over, looking at them from every angle. He is asking himself why something so simple sounds so radical. Why it feels like a secret he was never supposed to hear. The simplicity is not the weakness of the answer. The simplicity is the answer. But tonight, he is going home to find it. And what he finds is going to cost him 40 minutes and change the next 14 years of his life. That night, Marcus opens a spreadsheet. Not an app, not a course, not a book with an inspiring subtitle. A spreadsheet. Because spreadsheets don't have opinions. They just show you clearly, coldly, without looking away, exactly what is true. And what he finds is not a disaster. That is the thing. That is the thing that hits him harder than a disaster would have. He is not drowning. He is leaking $190 a month on food delivery, $87 a month on subscriptions he had completely forgotten existed, services he signed up for, used twice, and then paid for silently every single month like a man sleepwalking through his own financial life. Then Marcus makes 3 decisions that will still be paying him money 40 years from now. This is not a story about suffering. Marcus is not trying to live like a monk. He is trying to live like a man who made a decision. There is a difference. The monk removes comfort as a practice. Marcus is removing waste as a strategy. Marcus goes to sleep. The accounts are open. The transfers are scheduled. And somewhere in the future, a future Marcus cannot yet see, cannot yet imagine, a number is beginning to grow. But here is what Marcus doesn't know yet. In 14 months, he is going to sit at a dinner table with his friends. And that dinner is going to be the hardest test of everything he just decided. Not because of anything dramatic, because of something far more dangerous than drama. Comparison. 14 months pass. Marcus has not touched the accounts. Not once. Every month, like clockwork, the transfers go out. The contributions increase. The number grows slowly, quietly, without drama, the way real things grow when nobody is watching them. And then Marcus gets a raise, 4%. His salary moves from $52,000 to $54,080. This is the moment, right here. This is a fork in the road that almost nobody talks about because it doesn't look like a fork in the road. It looks like good news. It feels like reward. Here is what most people do with a raise. They feel it. They let the additional money find its way into their life naturally. A nicer apartment, a newer car, the restaurants they've been watching other people walk into. Marcus makes a decision. He increases his 401k contribution by 2 more percentage points. He increases his Roth IRA transfer by $75 a month. He keeps his rent, keeps his car, keeps his life exactly as it is. The raise disappears into the future. He feels it for approximately 3 days. Then his nervous system adjusts and it is gone, absorbed into accounts nobody at his job can see, building something nobody at his dinner table knows exists yet. Year 3, Marcus gets a promotion. Senior Accounts Payable Specialist. The title still sounds boring, and Marcus has made peace with that. His salary jumps to $61,000. He runs the same play, increases the contribution rates, does not move apartments, does not buy the car, lets the raise dissolve into the future the same way the last one did. And then the dinner. It is an ordinary Friday night. A group of Marcus's college friends gathered around a table at a restaurant Marcus would not have chosen. Someone at the table has a new job in finance, stock options in the works. He talks about it the way people talk about things when they want everyone at the table to understand that something has changed for them. Someone else just bought a house in the suburbs. A decision that sounds straightforward until you understand the mortgage behind it. A number larger than it appears from the outside, attached to a monthly payment that quietly reorganizes every other financial decision for the next 30 years. The conversation moves the way these conversations always move. Comparisons dress as updates. Progress reports delivered as casual anecdotes. And Marcus sits there quietly with his menu, doing the internal math the way he always does. Feeling something he did not expect to feel. Not jealousy exactly. Something more specific than jealousy. The discomfort of being the one whose life does not look like progress from the outside. The finance job has stock options. The house has a skyline view. And Marcus has, what exactly? The same car, the same apartment, the same unremarkable Tuesday to Tuesday life that has not visibly changed in 3 years. He feels it clearly. The pull, the specific human ache of sitting at a table where everyone else seems to be moving forward and wondering if staying still was actually a mistake. He does not say anything. He orders the chicken. He listens. He laughs at the right moments. And he drives home in the same car. parks in the same lot, opens his investment app, not to obsess, but because he said a quarterly review, and this is a quarter. The brokerage account, $43,000. The 401k, $61,000. Combined, $104,000. Marcus is 28 years old. He has been doing this for 3.5 years. He stares at that number for a long time because it does not feel real, and also it is completely real. He made it by doing the same boring thing in the same boring direction for long enough that compounding stopped being a concept and started being a fact of his actual life. Marcus is 30 years old when the market drops. Of course it does. This is a feature of markets, not a failure. Though it does not feel like a feature when you open the app on a Monday morning and see that the number you spent 3.5 years building has declined by $22,000 in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. $22,000. Gone. His combined accounts had reached $181,000, then $159,000, then $147,000. And the financial media, that relentless, breathless machine designed to make your hands do something, is using the word crash, which is a word specifically engineered to bypass your rational mind and activate the part of your brain that has been keeping humans alive for 200,000 years by responding to threats immediately and physically. He knows all of this, and it does not stop his hands from shaking. So Marcus does something he has never done before. He calls Darnell, the man who started all of this, the man who said 4 words in a hallway and changed everything. Are you still contributing? Darnell asks, not how are you, not I know it's scary, not a single word of comfort before the only question that actually matters. Then you're buying more shares at a discount. That's all that's happening. The price went down. You're buying more. The market recovers. It always has. You keep contributing. You do not touch it. Marcus keeps contributing. He does not touch the accounts. 14 months after the bottom, 14 months, his combined accounts reached $223,000. He is 32 years old. 7% on $10,000 is $700. 7% on $223,000 is $15,610. Marcus did not earn that $15,610. He did not work for it. It arrived because money invested in productive assets grows, and Marcus gave enough time and enough stillness to do exactly that. Marcus is 32 years old. He has $223,000, and he has just survived the hardest test of his financial life. But the most important conversation of this entire story, it hasn't happened yet. It's coming on a Sunday, from a phone number Marcus knows better than almost any other, his little brother. The call comes on Sunday. Marcus is 35 years old. It is an ordinary Sunday, coffee, the kind of quiet morning that doesn't announce itself as significant. His phone buzzes, and it is his younger brother, Daniel, 26 years old. Good job at a healthcare company in Phoenix. Stable pay. The kind of person who has been thinking about something for a while before he picks up the phone to ask about it. I've been reading about investing. Daniel says, I want to know where to start. Marcus sets his coffee down, because this is a conversation. The one that matters more than almost any other he has had in the last 11 years. Not because of what it will do for him, but because of what it might do for someone who still has time on his side. He walks Daniel through it. The 401k match. The part where your employer gives you free money, and most people leave it uncollected because nobody explained it clearly enough to make it feel real. The Roth IRA. The index fund. The automatic transfer. The part where you do not touch it. The part where the market drops and your stomach tightens, and you still do not touch it. The whole architecture, built over 11 years, laid out on a Sunday morning phone call like a blueprint. Daniel is quiet for a moment. Then he says the thing Marcus already knew he would say. That's it. Marcus almost smiles. That's it. That sounds too simple. Simple and easy are different words, Marcus says. The mechanism is simple. The behavior is not. Because the world Marcus and Daniel live in, the world everyone watching this lives in, is organized at nearly every level around one single proposition. Spend now. Every advertisement, every social comparison, Every signal about what a successful life looks like in your late 20s and your 30s. The car that says you have arrived. The apartment that says you have taste. The vacation that says you are living, actually living and not just surviving. Marcus decided to point at something else. And for 11 years, in the face of every dinner table comparison, and every market drop, and every moment when invisible accounts felt like nothing compared to the visible lives of people around him, he kept pointing at that something else. Open the account tonight, Marcus tells his brother. Not tomorrow, not after the week starts. Tonight, before the call ends. Because Marcus knows something Daniel doesn't know yet. He knows about the gap. The gap between deciding and doing. The 24-48 hours after a conversation like this one where the idea is alive and urgent and feels like it will definitely happen. And then the week starts. And then the week starts. And the week is very good at making urgent things feel less urgent. And the account never gets opened. And the transfer never gets set up. And 5 years later, Daniel is sitting in his own parking lot, eating his own packed lunch, wondering why the number at the end of the month still doesn't feel like the beginning of anything. Open it while we're still on the phone, he says. Daniel opens it. Sets the transfer to $200 a month, because that is what he can do right now. Not $500. Not the perfect number. The real number. The number that is actually available at the end of an actual month in an actual life that has actual expenses. Will this actually work? Daniel asks. Marcus looks at his investment app. He is 35 years old. The number is $478,000. Yeah, he says, it will. He does not explain the math. He does not need to. The number in his app is the explanation. They hang up. Marcus finishes his coffee. The Sunday continues exactly as it was. But 3 years from now, on a morning that looks exactly like this one, something is going to happen. Something Marcus has been walking toward for 14 years. Marcus is 38 years old. His salary, adjusted across the years and the promotions and the lateral moves that made sense when they made sense, is $79,000. He drives the same kind of car he has always driven. He lives in a 2-bedroom apartment with a balcony because at some point he decided the balcony was worth the extra $150 a month, and that was a real upgrade, and also the only significant one he made for a very long time. He opens the app on a Tuesday morning. The number has crossed $1 million. He stares at it. Then he sets the phone face down on the table and sits there. Because this is the part nobody tells you about. The part that gets left out of every version of this story. The part that only reveals itself when you actually arrive at the destination you have been walking toward for 14 years. It does not feel like you expected it to feel. There is no arrival sound. No signal from the outside world. No notification from the universe saying you did it. Well done. Everything is different now. His building looks the same. The city sounds the same. The coffee he made this morning costs the same. Nothing is different. And also, 14 years of a single repeated decision have produced a number that most Americans never reach. Both of those things are true at the same time. Marcus sits with that for a long time. He thinks about what it cost. Not the money. The other thing. The dinners where his life did not look like progress. The years of driving the car that was fine, but not impressive. The version of himself that watched other people upgrade and felt the pull. Felt it genuinely and completely. And decided again quietly without an audience not to follow. He does not regret it. He wants to be precise about that. This is not a story about suffering. It is not a story about sacrifice as punishment. It is a story about choosing a direction and staying in it. And the direction he chose compounded the same way the money did. The discipline became identity. The patience became character. The quiet decisions nobody threw a party for became the foundation of a man who does not need the outside world to confirm that he is doing something right. But here is what Marcus did not expect. The thing the $1 million actually changed. Not his personality, not his taste in cars or apartments. What it changed was a silence. A specific silence where a specific fear used to live. The fear of the unexpected bill. The fear of the job that disappears. The fear of the body that needs something expensive at the worst possible time. The fear that runs quietly in the background of every performance review, every company-wide email about adjustments and realignment. The $1 million removed the threat, and the removal of the threat revealed something Marcus did not know was there. How much space that fear had been taking up. He did not know that until he had it. He picks the phone up. He calls Daniel. His brother picks up on the second ring. "I hit $1 million," Marcus says. Daniel is quiet. Daniel is quiet. Not the quiet of someone who doesn't know what to say. The quiet of someone who is doing math, running the trajectory of his own account forward. Then Daniel says, "What do you feel?" "I feel like I just got to somewhere I started walking toward a long time ago. And somewhere in Columbus right now, there's a 24-year-old sitting in a parking lot, eating a sandwich they packed. They do not know yet that the boring decision, the consistent decision, the decision nobody throws a party for, the decision that looks like nothing from the outside and builds everything from the inside, is the one. It was always the one." Marcus knows that now. He sets the phone down, finishes his coffee. The morning continues. Ordinary, quiet, unremarkable, exactly the way the best things always begin.